Hello guys, and welcome to a new vlog here in the car. So we are currently on our way to go sign for our first home ever. So a lot has happened in the last literally week that we were not expecting. So we went to go look at this house that we really loved in the area here in Sugar Land. It literally just popped up on Chris's phone because he's been we both have been really searching for modern homes here in the area. Popped up on his phone. He was like, hey, it's like literally down the road from the house, let's go check it out. So we went and we fell in love with it. The thing is that it was just a model home, so they're constructing homes all around there and you get to pick which model home you want. And so we fell in love with the model home that they had there, and we decided that we were going to want to build the exact same one. But we get to pick all the colors that we want on the outside, everything from the interior, and it's really nice, and we are super duper excited. You know, we didn't think this was gonna happen because on one of the last videos we talked about my credit score and everything, but the lender that we are working with has just been helping us a lot, and so we've been working on my credit and all that, and so I think it's gonna happen. So
right now we are not signing, like closing on a home. We're just making an agreement that we will purchase this home when it's done being built, which is going to be around March, and in March we will close on the home.
Yes. But yeah guys, we are super duper excited. We're honestly like I'm nervous. Chris couldn't sleep last night. I've just been so stressed out because I have a lot going on with different projects that I have going on right now, and so with this added on to that, I was a mess yesterday, but it's like such a surreal feeling. I'm just scared, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything the right way. Actually, the photographers for Alphalete, Kirby and Justin, just bought their home too. Literally last week they had their closing, and while they were going through it, they were telling me, you know, like, I can't explain to you what we're feeling excitement, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of fear that goes into it, and I know exactly what they're talking about now because there's so much stuff that goes into buying a home. But yeah, we're really excited. I feel, you know, very blessed that this is happening, and I'm not gonna believe it until I actually sign the papers. So we'll bring you guys along so that you guys can see. Do you want to show them the model home and stuff? We'll show you guys the model home and stuff, and then yeah, like just take you through a little bit of what we're doing today.
Now keep in mind, the model home is super bougie. It has all the options, has things that we couldn't afford or probably won't be able to afford, so ours is not going to look exactly like this.
Yeah. Well, I feel like ours is very similar. The only thing that we're taking off is they have a movie room, and that movie room alone was like $25,000, and we're like, we don't need that. But other than that, we have everything pretty much the same. So yeah, we'll show you guys everything once we get there. So this is where you go in. So it'll be a gated community here too. So this would be the lot, guys, that we would be getting. So the corner lot right here. So we'd have that brick fence there, and then the brick fence in the back.
So it's from this post right here with the little flag to this green post.
To the green post.
And all the way back to the wall.
Yeah. So we are currently at the bank right now. I think Chris and I are just experiencing a lot of emotions right now. We've cried a little bit. It's just a like really surreal moment that this is happening for the both of us. Just knowing how hard we've had to work to be here, and just sacrificed a lot to be here, and like especially with our families, it's been really hard to just be away. Okay. You want to say something?
No.
But it feels really good. So I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just gonna start bawling my eyes out. So anyways, we will be signing the paperwork literally as soon as we get home, and then we get to design everything. So we'll be going to the design center. So we have about 40 days to design the inside of our house. We get to pick all the stuff and the floors, the kitchen island, the bathrooms, all that we get to design. We don't get to design the actual structure of everything. It's just like all like the design part, if that makes sense. So yeah, that'll be in the next 30 to 40 days, and then they'll take about 2 months to review that, and then they'll start building, and we should have our house by March. So that's really, really exciting. But yeah, hope you got the house that we toured is just the model home, so it's just, you know, what they have. Obviously a lot of their stuff, I didn't show the upstairs. The upstairs was two bedroom, 2 bath, and then they had their movie room upstairs. I didn't get a chance to show you guys, but I showed you guys the downstairs area, and it's gonna look very, very similar. Obviously the decoration is not, but our kitchen appliances, I want them to change a little bit because I don't want them to be that color or wood. We want it to be lighter, but we'll take you guys through the whole process, that way you guys can see everything. But yeah, it's a very surreal and happy moment. We're both very happy and just happy to be doing life with you, because I could not be doing this without him. So yeah, I'll catch you guys up later. Hello you guys, so it is currently Wednesday, 12, I forgot what day it was, 12 o'clock. So we are about to start packaging all the orders for yesterday's launch. Yesterday I had my necklace launch, my Give and Protect necklace launch, and it went so much better than I expected. I ended up having to let me back up. Before I started, you know, even thinking about marketing, I had only ordered a specific amount of units, and then I was like, you know what, I really want to market this really well. I want to give the girls really good content. So when I hired Sam and Jasmine, I was like, let me up my order, and you guys just have been amazing, and I'm so glad I did that, because I feel like we overpassed the first amount of units that I had originally wanted to come out with. So I'm just really, really happy with that. I really, really appreciate everyone's support. And so yeah, Chris and I are about to package all the orders. So really, really excited to get all these out today. Trust my intuition's always. I'm not superstitious. I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was meant for the taking.
All the questions?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay. So, to finish off the vlog, I thought that we would just kind of talk to you guys and answer some of the questions that you guys left on my Instagram story about how we made the house happen. And, you know, we left off saying that we weren't going to get a home, and then all of a sudden we ended up getting the home. So, we'll talk a little bit about that, and just like be honest and real with you guys about the whole house process and what's been going on and all that. So, you want to give a little bit background first, or you want me to do it?
What kind of background?
Well, you know, we left off, we weren't going to get the home, right? So, the original lender that we had advised us to wait, right? But then with the new house that we were looking at, it had its own builder, so they had their own lending office to go through.
In-house lenders. Yes,
there we go. So, you know, we ended up working with their in-house lender, and we actually ended up being able to get the home. So it honestly happened very organically. After, you know, I made the video with you guys about us waiting, I was kind of like just disappointed, and I was like, you know what, if it's meant to be, God is gonna make it happen. If not, then I'm just gonna be patient. I'm not gonna do what 18-year-old Jasmine would do and then try to find a way to make it work, even though it's beyond our means. So I was like, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. And so yeah, our real estate agent Kian has been great, and he called me up and was like, look, we can make this happen for you guys. So a little bit about the house, you know, as you guys can see, it is what you guys saw is the model home of the house that we ended up getting. And so we will get to build the house basically from scratch. Yeah, not from complete scratch. They'll have like a book from where we can choose different things and stuff like that, but we get to customize the inside of the house the way that we like the floors and the cabinetry and the backsplash and the cabinets and the island and all that. So I'm really excited about that part. But you know, you wanna butt in at all? Say anything? You know what to say?
Explain. The reason it's able to work for us is because the closing date is not going to be until February, March. when the house is done. Until then, we are working on building Jasmin's credit score, because my credit score honestly has no hope. Or it does have hope, but it's gonna be later in the future. So the in-house lender went ahead and gave the builders the green light to go ahead and build the house out, essentially saying that we're good to buy the house later in the future. But in this current moment, we are not, unless we have a really, really huge down payment, which we don't want to do. But come March, we will be ready to buy the house. Her credit score will be in a much better, it will be much higher, so we'll be in a better rate, and it'll make sense to us.
Yeah, so we're working with a credit person, and they're advising us what to do. So the thing with my credit is that I don't have enough like credit history, so I need to get more credit history. I need to get more credit cards and stuff and actually use them and pay them on time and all that stuff. So that's what I'm working on, and at the end of the month, like he said, my credit score should be even higher, to the point where it would get approved. But my goal is to get my credit score to a 700. Like, that is my goal, because the rate of the house would definitely decrease, and that makes our payments decrease. So I have a few questions that I want to answer, and I screenshotted them yesterday. So how did you guys work on your credit, and how long did it take to be just right? So
we don't know yet. Still in the process. Still
in the process of working my credit. There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to work your credit, but I think that what's helped the most right now is working through those with that person that's helping me build my credit, because she's telling me exactly what I need to do to make that number go up. So highly advise you finding someone to help you do that. Let's see. What's another question? How much was your home? I heard buying home in Texas is a lot more inexpensive. It depends on where you go in Houston. So for the house that we like and we wanted, like the modern look, I looked everywhere because I've been looking at homes. The base price of a home in I guess River Oaks, which is the nicer part of Houston, was starting at $1 million. We did not pay $1 million for our home. Our home is in Sugarland still, so it's literally 2 minutes away from our current apartment, which is nice. It's like hidden, and it's one of the first model homes here around in this area. Modern. Yeah, that's what I said, modern.
Oh, they said model.
No, it's the first modern home here in this area. What we're paying for our house is, let's say the base price for the model home that you guys saw is around $540. So give or take, that gives you a number about how much, depending on how much you want to add.
Depending on how bougie Jasmine wants to be.
All depending on
the design center, when we go in and add in all the extras, is going to increase that price.
Yeah.
So the base is $535, and it only goes up from there.
Yeah, so there you go. Do y'all ever regret not buying a home sooner? Do you feel like renting a place was a waste? Absolutely not. I do not think it was a waste at all.
No, because I feel like if we would have bought a home earlier, it wouldn't have been our dream home. Mm-hmm. And quite honestly, this is our dream home. This is everything that I ever wanted in a home. Tall ceilings, modern look, and
yeah, I feel like we would have had to settle.
Yeah, renting was not a waste. We never committed to a single location. Had we bought a home back in Georgia, we would have been stuck in Georgia for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that didn't happen. And then I'm glad we didn't buy a home right off here in Houston, because we are in a way different financial situation now than compared to when we first moved here. I
feel like you'll know when you're ready to buy a home. And let me just say something really fast. You know, coming from a Hispanic background, you're told not to rent, you're wasting your money, you're not doing what you should buy a home. But their viewpoint on a home is buying a starter home, right? Because that's what they think you're doing. You need a starter home to start. But if you rent for a few years, like Chris said, you don't know where your income's gonna be by then. And if you can afford a really nice home, why not purchase it? I feel like I was not ready for a home last year. I don't think in my heart I was like, oh, I want a home. And this year I knew I wanted a home. I was like, I want a home. I feel like I'm ready. We're prepared. I mean, we've been married for almost 5 years and we're just now buying a home.
5 years?
Yeah. So you'll know. Don't feel pressure from society to buy a home. If you can and you find one that you love, go for it. But if you don't. A home should not be something that you settle for, because like an apartment, if you don't like it, if you want to break your lease, you can break your lease. Whereas a home, you're gonna have to find someone to buy it and all. There's a lot more that goes into buying a home than renting an apartment. So no, I do not regret it. Let's see. How much did you save for a down payment? So we'll be saving what Chris said. Thankfully, we don't close until February, March, so it gives us time to save for a down payment. So we're only having to put like 10%, I would say. 10% down.
We did have to give a deposit in the beginning. It's called earnest money, just so that they know that you're good to buy or that you're making the commitment to buy. So we gave a decent amount in the beginning, and then the later would come March or February.
Yeah, so about 10 to 15% is what we're putting down on the house. But I think the building process, guys, you know, it helps a lot because you have so much time to save up for that. Whereas when you close on a house that's already built, you only have that 2-month time frame, so you have to have that cash on hand. So just keep that in mind.
I also don't know if Jasmine addressed it on the last vlog, but we were not in a position that we were ready to give a down payment because we weren't looking at homes. So this one helps that we have until March. Because had we bought a house that was already built, we would have to give a down payment literally within a month's time come closing, and we would not be ready for that. So definitely helps that we're getting it built.
Yeah. So what were the 3 most important things that your home had to have? I would say
sliding doors.
Sliding
so
doors.
Indoor outdoor living is something that we always wanted in our future home, and luckily this is going to be one of the things that we're going to have in this one. Is going to be indoor outdoor living from the kitchen out to the patio, which is also going to be part of the pool.
The high
oh yeah, the high ceilings.
Yeah, the windows.
Always wanted that. The high ceilings with windows everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think for Jasmine, a bathtub.
Yeah, bathtub. I wanted a bathtub that I could relax. So I'm really picky about bathtubs. Like, if someone else is going to use that bathtub, I will not sit in that bathtub. I think it's disgusting. Even if I bleach it, I just won't do it. So having my own bathtub that is just going to be essential, like just used for taking a bath, is like one of my biggest things. And lighting for me, because of what I do in my job, I want the most natural light possible in my home. I wanted to just bring in light. The apartment felt so dark and feels so small because we literally just have one wall with windows, and that's it. So that was really important. And then another thing I will say, that is one thing that I really have to have in my house that I am excited for in the design center, is I want a waterfall kitchen island. So that means like the whole, I guess how would you explain the whole?
The top of the countertop goes down to the side. To
the side, all the way
seamlessly.
To the side. Yeah, so that is one thing that I'm like, I don't care how much I have to pay, I'm getting that in my home. So those are the, I guess, top 3-4 things that we were looking for in our home. Let's see. Let's see. Was it your first home? If so, how did you make it work with only one of you having good credit? I mean,
it is going to be our first home, and we're making it work because of income.
Yeah.
Yeah, so luckily Jasmine makes decent money, so she could qualify by herself.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if not, damn.
If not, then we would need 2 incomes to qualify for obviously that big of a purchase. But jazzyfit LLC is registered 100% under her name, so she claims all the credit.
All the credit. So yeah, but the house is still under both our names, correct? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to make sure it's fair. Even though jazzyfit's under me, it was because of credit reasons that we wanted to put it under me. So yeah. How did you decide which area in Houston? I'm having trouble deciding where I'm in the suburbs.
So the biggest thing, I think that Jasmine kind of addressed this earlier, if we wanted to live in actual Houston, which is like inside the loop where the city is, where all the bars are, where the city life is, the house that we're getting now would easily be $1 million, if not more. So we were looking in the suburbs, which is Sugarland, Richmond, Rosenberg, Pearland. We were looking at all those areas, and it had been a couple months, maybe 3 months, and we weren't really finding anything. And then we just I happened to be on Facebook, and I found an ad for these builders of modern homes. It was one of the first modern homes that I was able to run across, and coincidentally they were building right across the street. So we went to go look at them, we loved it, and we were sold. Yeah,
so that's how it happened. So I am a suburb girl, like growing up in Georgia and then moving here. I love everything Sugarland has to offer. I don't feel like I ever need to leave. So I'm really happy with the area and the fact that it's right here. They're gonna open up a Whole Foods right next door. We have the Kroger, that's literally where we spend all our time. Alphaland will literally be 15 minutes away. Alphalete is 12 minutes away. Athletic Empire is 20 minutes away. So I'm close to everything. And if we want to go downtown, it's only like a 30-minute drive. So it's not bad for me. We're not big like downtown people anyway, so it's not a big thing that we're giving up. So yeah, that's why we decided that place. But I think that's most of the questions. They're repetitive, but you know, one of the questions is like, how much do you know, how much would you like, how much percent of a down payment do you think is best? And that all depends on what you guys want to pay. Obviously, the more down payment that you put on your home, the lesser of monthly payments you're gonna have. So, right? Does that make sense? So, it just depends on how much you want to put. I honestly want to save up as much as I can so I can put more towards the house, because one thing your girl didn't know is when I was doing all my research on homes and I was like, oh wow, this mortgage rate, this mortgage payment is going to be literally what I pay for my apartment. Like, wow, it's gonna be great. And then when we get all the numbers and they throw in the home insurance and property taxes, which are, I'm like, ugh. You're like, oh my god, that number quickly adds up. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at homes. Like property tax, home insurance, all that adds up into those numbers. I wanted to like throw up a little bit. And the home process honestly it's scary. Like it is so scary. We both didn't sleep for a few days. I was in the office with a real estate agent, and then Bobby, which is the, I guess, salesperson for Darling Homes. And there were a few times I was like, I need to go throw up. Excuse me. Like I really felt sick to my stomach, and it's scary. A home is a really big commitment, but Chris and I have worked very, very hard to be where we're at today. As you guys saw in the beginning, we cried a little bit. It's been a lot of emotions, and we're just very proud.
Well, you cried.
Cállate, tú también lloraste. It's been a lot of like good emotions to be where we're at right now, and I'm so grateful to have everyone's support. You know, moving from Georgia to Houston was a big step for us, and I think that when I bought the house, it all sank in that I'm so far away from my family, but it's something that, you know, we had to do. We grew up, and thankfully everything is like working really well out for us, and I'm so thankful and grateful, and I don't want to take it for granted, not even for a minute. So that's how we're feeling right now. I hope that we answered all your questions. If you guys have any more questions on the home process, please leave them down below. We're still in the beginning stages. Like we haven't gone to the design center. Like I said, we haven't closed.
We did get to put where we wanted plugs already.
Oh yeah, that was.
And what kind of lights we want.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what kind of lights we want.
That was a like 2.5 hour
and where
appointment.
I want my internet cables at.
I had no idea, guys. I was just like, you need to decide on all that. One thing I did get is an extra plug in my bathroom, because I don't know about you ladies, but when I have my straightener, my curling iron, my blow dryer, and my charger of my phone all plugged in, I have to have a little extension cord for the one that I already have. So I was like, I need enough plugs right there when I'm doing my hair. So that was one thing that I for sure wanted to have. And then I wanted to have a TV in my bathtub, like hanging above, but the girl was like, no honey, we cannot do that because of the steam and all that. So I was like, great. Anyways, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it's not fitness related, but it gives you guys an insight of what's going on in our lives and all that stuff. I do want to make more videos on how we got to where we're at today, and like a little bit of business advice. Chris and I are still growing. We have a few mentors here and there that will ask questions when we need, but we're honestly just doing this on our own and
figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, figuring out as we go, and being, more than anything, being freaking patient. Man, 2020 has taught me to be patient, because honey, I don't have patience, but 2020 has definitely helped me be more patient. And yeah, we're learning things every single day, and we're not afraid to make mistakes, and yeah, we're just gonna keep growing. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next week. I love you guys so much.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
I forget to say that. Like, subscribe, and comment. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, you can do so, _jazzyfit. So see you guys next week. Bye.